All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Look around your office or just scroll through your professional network right now. We are right in the thick of this massive wave of, well, honestly, let's call it what it is, panic learning. Everyone is trying to figure out how to navigate this monumental technological shift. But the crazy part, we're collectively focusing on the wrong thing entirely. Everyone is learning artificial intelligence, sure, but very, very few people are actually learning how to lead it. So today, we're going deep into why true leadership, product thinking, and just ruthless execution are literally the only real advantages you have left in the AI era.
Because literally every single day, professionals are rushing to adopt the absolute latest AI tools the very second they drop. ChatGPT pushes a new update, Claude releases a new model, and suddenly millions of people are desperately trying to cram it into their workflows just to feel relevant. There's this frantic, almost exhausting rush to figure out what it does and how to talk to it. It honestly feels like if you aren't using the absolute newest iteration of a tool today, you're somehow falling behind tomorrow. It's just a continuous treadmill of prompt engineering and forced adoption.
And then, of course, a new framework drops, and boom. Immediately there is a scramble for certifications. People want a badge, right? They want a piece of paper that proves they are still relevant in a landscape that's literally changing weekly. And it makes sense. It's a completely natural reaction to uncertainty. When things move this fast, we seek out structured validation. But you really have to ask yourself, does knowing the syntax of a new framework or holding a certification actually mean you know how to build a successful, profitable product with it? Then a new trend kicks off, and you know exactly what happens next. Your professional network gets totally flooded. You log into LinkedIn, and your entire feed is wall-to-wall posts about the exact same automation trick or the newest AI capability. It creates this immense echo chamber where it seems like everybody is an overnight AI expert. But let's be real, there is a massive illusion of competence here. The loud noise on social media stands in stark contrast to the quiet reality of boardrooms right now, where executives are looking at these tools and asking one simple question: where is the actual return on investment?
But amidst all this noise, the chatbots, the certifications, the viral posts, there is a massive, gaping leadership vacuum. The one critical question practically nobody is asking right now is, who is actually going to step up and lead these AI initiatives? Who is going to look past the sheer novelty of the technology and actually guide a team to build something that truly matters?
Because building a truly successful AI product demands so much more than technical know-how. You can't just bolt a large language model onto a broken business process and cross your fingers for a miracle. You need foundational pillars of leadership. You have to start by identifying the right problem to solve, not just the easiest one. Then you have to navigate intense stakeholder misalignment, which, by the way, is incredibly common when everyone has wildly different expectations of what AI can actually do. You have to deeply understand customer needs, actively manage the very unique, high-stakes risks of AI, like model hallucinations or data privacy. And you absolutely must be able to measure real business outcomes. These aren't technical skills, folks. These are leadership skills.
So ultimately, all of those elements boil down to one crucial thing: your ability to actively execute. You can have the most brilliant strategy in the world, perfect stakeholder alignment, the whole shebang, but if you can't execute, you have absolutely nothing. The modern business landscape is completely littered with incredible AI proofs of concept that looked amazing in a tightly controlled demo, but completely fell apart when it was time to deploy them into the real world. Execution is the graveyard of AI hype. It's where the real work actually happens. Just think about this paradox for a second. Over the last couple of years, we've seen this massive democratization of technology. Almost every major company out there has access to the exact same foundational AI models. They're using the same open source tools, the same major cloud providers, the exact same fundamental tech. Yet the divergence in outcomes is just staggering. Some organizations are capturing massive market share, while others are burning millions of dollars on AI initiatives and completely, totally failing. So why the massive gap in those outcomes? Well, it's because technology was never the actual differentiator. Execution was. Look, when everyone on the playing field has access to the exact same tools, the tools themselves offer zero competitive advantage, no way around it. The only moat you have, the absolute only real advantage your organization possesses, is how effectively your people can take those tools and execute a vision. And this is a trap executives fall into constantly regarding team composition. You could literally hire 10 of the most brilliant, most expensive machine learning PhDs on the planet. But if they spend 6 months building a highly complex predictive model for a feature your customers never use or a problem that doesn't actually drive revenue, that raw technical brilliance is completely wasted. The teams that ultimately win aren't necessarily the ones with the top engineers, They're the ones who truly understand the core business problem being solved. Business acumen will always trump technical horsepower if that horsepower is pointed in the wrong direction. So, what does the anatomy of that successful execution actually look like? Well, it starts with a relentless focus on customer value. Every single AI feature has to answer one fundamental question: how does this make our customer's life better? From there, you've got to make rapid decisions in a landscape that literally changes weekly. Traditional, sluggish corporate bureaucracy simply will not survive here. You have to measure outcomes rigorously. If an initiative isn't moving the needle, kill it and move on. And it demands staying incredibly committed when things get difficult. Because building scalable AI products is messy, it requires real grit, and leaders are the ones who push the team through that friction. You see, knowing how to prompt a tool or use an AI application is merely step one. It's table stakes just to get into the game. But the game itself is fundamentally changing right in front of us. We're moving rapidly toward a future where AI isn't just a separate IT department or a standalone feature. It's going to be baked into the very fabric of every product and every business operation on Earth. To survive and thrive in that kind of environment, you absolutely have to elevate your mindset. You have to go from being a tactical user of a tool to a strategic leader in an AI-driven world. Whether you're a product manager, a technical program manager, a business leader, or a consultant, you must shift your focus from endlessly chasing new tools to understanding value, problem solving, and scale. Stop agonizing over which specific automation script to learn today. Instead, obsess over the mechanics of value creation. Ask yourself, how exactly does integrating AI reduce friction for your end user? How does it fundamentally solve a persistent business problem that has plagued your industry for decades? And critically, how do you take a small, successful AI pilot and actually scale it across an entire enterprise? Now that is the real curriculum for the modern professional. Because while understanding the underlying technology is great, the market will absolutely disproportionately reward those who can bridge the gap between a complex algorithm and the actual bottom line. The future is not going to belong only to people who understand AI. The future belongs to the translators, the executors, and the leaders who can turn raw AI potential into tangible, real-world business outcomes. So, I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought for your own career trajectory. Will you simply use AI, or will you learn how to lead it? You can stay on the treadmill, endlessly reacting to every new launch and every passing trend, or you can step back, hone your product thinking, master execution, and become the exact kind of leader this new era desperately needs. The choice is entirely yours.